We are still on page 66. We're looking at the bottom half of this page where we're studying vertebrates, which are animals with an internal skeleton, a backbone, and a spinal cord. And if you reach behind your back right now and feel your spine, that makes you a vertebrate. So you have a backbone. You are in this class of animals that are vertebrates. And we're starting off again with the simplest and working to the most complex. So the simplest are the fish. Fish have scales. They live their entire lives in water. They are cold-blooded, which means they will adjust to the temperature they're in, and they lay eggs. Examples of a very large fish are shark, and a very small fish are goldfish. And there are many, many examples in between. I do want to tell you that a whale is not a fish. You might be thinking that a whale is much larger than a shark, and that is true, but a whale is in a different category, and I'll tell you that when we get there. Okay, the next group is amphibian, and I'm going to give you the sound spelling of this one. Amphib. Uns. Amphibians. Amphibians have smooth, moist skin. If you hold them, you can tell that they're amphibians. They live in water part of their lives, and on land some other times. So they can live in water and on land at different times of their lives, or sometimes they can get in water and land in the same day. They just have that ability to do both. They're cold-blooded, so they will take on the temperature around them, and they lay eggs. Examples would be frog and toad. Frogs they start their lives as tadpoles, and then they go to primarily land creatures. Okay, the next one is reptiles. Reptiles. Reptiles have scales. They have lungs, so they breathe air. They are cold-blooded. And they lay eggs, most of them. And I'll show you one example that doesn't. There are more than one, but I'll show you one. Snakes and lizards. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. There is a snake called a copperhead, venomous snake. And I was hoping that I could find a video. I'm not sure that Here we go. This is a video of a mother copperhead giving birth to her babies.
When looking for firewood, but in the Kentucky backwoods, if you don't stay sharp,
like we are, Neil.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
But in the Kentucky backwoods, if you don't stay sharp, even a simple task can turn deadly. Whoa! From everything out in the Kentucky woods, I definitely don't want to find a venomous snake. It's moving, Ern. The slimy stuff's moving.
I've never seen this before in my life. Baby snakes. He's having baby snakes, Neil. Baby copperheads.
I thought they laid eggs.
No, man. The copperhead birth their young. They don't have eggs. They just birth them. And these baby snakes, they're just as deadly as the mama. The venom is more pure. Once it goes in your veins, man, it's just pure venom. When that white fungus stuff gets dry, the little copperheads will dry out, and they all come alive, and then they just take off looking for bugs, start surviving on their own. I'm glad you didn't reach down there and grab this block of wood, because you'd have got bit for sure right on the hand, Neil. Look. Oh! They got two fangs like hypodermic needles that they go, ah! Right on the arm there, Neil. She's moving, slithering away. She's looking for a dry place, just like we are, Neil. I respect her home, so we're gonna go find firewood someplace else.
Okay, that was just a clip to remind you that there are always exceptions in the world, and a copperhead is one snake that does give live birth. If you find her babies, they sometimes look like little worms, so I have learned the hard way to leave them alone. I've never been bitten, but I have certainly tempted fate. So just a fun little aside there. The next one is birds. And you guys know what birds are. We see them every day if we're outside. Birds have feathers. That's probably the number one thing that we associate with birds. They do have lungs. They breathe air through lungs. They lay eggs. And for the first time in this whole list, we are seeing a warm-blooded creature. So birds have that internal body temperature that's going to keep them at the same temperature regardless of the environment. An eagle is a bird. An ostrich is a bird. And a cardinal, a red bird. So there are bunches and bunches, I won't say millions, but there are thousands of examples of birds that we could name. Or maybe hundreds, I really don't know. Mammals. Mammals are the most advanced of the animals. They have hair or fur, so that makes human beings mammals. They breathe through lungs. They are warm-blooded. And they have live babies. And you may be thinking, then why is a copperhead not a mammal? And the one thing that this book left out is, in my opinion, a very important thing, and is that they provide milk for their babies. Mammals produce milk. They have mammary glands to nurse their young. Humans are mammals. Bears, mice, and remember that whale that I told you is not a fish? She's actually a mammal because her babies are born alive. They do not lay eggs. She does have hair. Whales have just a little bit of fur. I believe it's on their chins. And they do provide milk for their babies. So the milk is actually the thing. That's where mammary comes from. And let's go ahead and add that as a morpheme. Mamma is milk related. So let me go to the morphemes page. We were finished with our chart anyway. And let's add mamma to this, which probably is the origin of the word mama. Mamma relates to milk or breasts, milk producing organs. Okay. All right. We will look at the human body in the next video. We're moving through this getting closer to the end with each one of these. So I'll see you next time for the human body.